And if we keep making higher highs, like if the high keeps getting taken out, we can say that we are in an uptrend. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Forex Basics 101. Today we're going to go over what is a trend, how do we define it, and what tools can we use to make it easy for ourselves to know which way price is going. Now, what is a trend? Well, there are two parts to a trend. We have an uptrend that will look something like this, constantly making higher highs. And we also have a downtrend, which is just the complete opposite. It's just making lower lows. So in essence, that is what market trend is. Now, this can look very easy when you look at it from this perspective, but when we look at it from a chart, it can be a little bit more daunting. So let's go back to something that's pretty easy. So let's look at price in this area here. Now, it's very clearly in a downtrend. You can see just like that. And then later on, it then changes into an uptrend. And we are expecting price to then make new higher highs here. So it's very easy to look at a chart like this and say, okay, yeah, we're in an uptrend. But when you're actually trading with real money, your mind can be a bit thrown off. So there are a couple of tools that you can use to help you define what way we are actually going. Because when you zoom out, you can have a good picture of what you think the trend direction is, but having a good systematic, mechanical way of defining what way price is moving is a lot easier when developing strategies. So the first tool I'm going to say is a exponential moving average. Now, if you're wanting to look at something from a long-term perspective, I advise moving to a 200 EMA, because when you zoom out, we can see that when it does move, it can catch really big price swings and good trend direction. So we can see that majority of the time on this up move, we are above the 200 moving average, which we can expect it to keep going until it breaks the other way. Now, the downside to the moving average is it can keep going, breaking a below and above, which would be more ranging. So that is the downside to the EMA, but we can see when it does start to trend, it's a good filter to use when determining a trend. As of right now, we can see that we broke above here and we are still in the uptrend from roughly about November last year. So it's a very good tool looking at things from the long term, but you can get caught in market cycles where it is moving sideways, range bound. So the second tool is more of an intraday one, which is a very good one. So we'll type in William Fractals. Now, William Fractals simply put fractal highs and lows. Now, what that means is it has a high of the past 3 days. As long as it is higher than the 3 days previous and the 3 days before, the 3 days previous and the 3 days after, it will then print a fractal. So how can we use fractals to determine highs and lows? Well, let me give you an example. Let's say we are looking at the high and low of the current price. So for the high, we'll always look for the green arrow up as our fractal high, which is here. Once you've determined your fractal high, you then go to the last fractal low, which is here. This is now your high and your low, and if we keep making higher highs, like if the high keeps getting taken out, we can say that we are in an uptrend. So I'll just play price on a little bit and you can get a better understanding as to how this works. So we can see the price is now breaking the high, so we move our high to there, but we've not printed a new fractal low yet. So we just wait until that's happened. We then move our high above. We can see there's now a fractal low. We then move our line, and that's our new fractal low. So this is our new high, this is our new low. Okay, price has now broken that wick. So we're still here, and that is our fractal high and that is our fractal low. That is now confirmed, the fractal high, and we can keep on moving the low along with price. So we've now confirmed this is our fractal low, and just to speed things up, I will just constantly keep going until you can get the picture. So again, it's a very simple way of determining swing lows, swing highs, and your trend. So every time that I move the arrow down, the fractal high has not been taken out, we are in a downtrend, so we can look for shorts. The same would happen if we then broke the high and we kept on making higher highs every day. Then we can say we are in an uptrend. Now, you will see fractals be made in between these areas. Now, they are not important until we either break a fractal low or a high. So we can see we broke the fractal low, move the low, and that is our new fractal high. So I hope this is clear to you. If it's not, leave a comment in the comment section and I can make a more in-depth video on how to use these. Now, moving on to the third way, and is the way that I use. And it is a little more difficult if you're a beginner, but I'll show you it anyhow. Okay, so I'll now show you my way of determining highs and lows. And it's very similar to William Fractals, but does have a slight difference. So right now, following on from our fractals, lows and highs, I'll keep them as they were. And anytime we see a change, I will let you know. So price keeps going, it then breaks the low. So we then go back to our last high. So we can see that price went like this, and then kept down. The reason we know that is because the last green candle was a wick high. If you remember from candlesticks, we know what wicks are now. So we go to our last, we're in a downtrend, we go to our last wick high or low on a bullish candle when we're in a bearish trend. So just keep going, constantly moving our lows and highs as we go. Okay, so we've now broken this high. So our last low would be, we're in a bullish trend now. So where is our last bearish high? Well, it would be here, because this is what take out this and this, if that makes sense. So again, we'll move our highs and lows. So our high is here and our low is here. So again, when we take out highs, we're in a bullish trend. When we take out lows, we're in a bearish trend. So we can see that now we have broken below. So this will be my new low, and that's my new high. And because we broke a low, we are now in a bearish or downtrend. So just move highs and lows. Now we've broken the high. So this would be our new high, and this would be our new low. Why this our new low? Well, because this is like, you go like that and then that. You can see that that is the last low of the point. Yes, it's a bullish candle, but I'm not going to take the low here because this low was broken by this one. So really it's the last low before we've been taken out. So we'll just keep going. Move up. And again, we have now taken out our high. So we can now move our high here. Now we look for our last bearish low. Well, the last red candle down has already been taken out by this, so this makes it our new low. Okay, so we've now got a new high, and we look for our last bearish low. Well, there is no bearish low, but we can see that if we look at price here, we went up, we've closed here, we've went down, and then we've went up. So even though it's a bullish candle, we can say that that is our last low. Yes, it might not be red, but it never broke this high. So that makes it the last swing low within the intermediate trend. And there's our new high. Our low is still here. We've now taken out this high, new high. Where's our last bearish low? Well, it's here, but it's already been taken out with a candle afterwards. So that is our new low. And we can just keep going with this forever and ever and ever. And it's very good to practice. But this is a very good way of determining highs and lows, as well as determining the trend, which is the whole point about this video. So you can either do it this way, or you can do it fractals, which is a lot more easier, or the easiest of them all is an EMA, because the EMA is very black and white. If it's above, it's an uptrend. If it's below, it's in a downtrend. Fractals, if we're breaking fractal highs and we make new fractal highs and new fractal lows, then we're in an uptrend. If we break fractal lows and have new fractal lows and highs, then we're in a downtrend. This is very similar. It's just my own interpretation of it, and I use it to determine my direction. Now, you don't need to use this one. You can use whatever one you want. Now, that's all for me this week on Forex Basics 101. Hope you've really enjoyed this simplistic approach to determining trends, and if you have any questions, just put a comment below. Now, with this just being a Forex Basics 101, we do have our own tools that you can use as well on our website. Anything from how to choose a broker, how to choose compound interest, and one of our main services is we allow people to lease our EAs. So if you're interested in just automating your trading rather than making it manual, then visit our website on www.statiraTrading.com. Also, just to help us with the YouTube algorithm, if you can give this video a like and subscribe and put the notification bell on if you want to see future videos. But until next week, hope you have a good day and we'll see you in the next video.